I was just saying, Louis doesn't understand social distancing. So he goes up like wanting to cuddle everything, and particularly any babies younger than him.
Prince Louis is clearly a delightful character. He's full of energy, he's full of beans. He clearly finds these photo opportunities.
The public is once again paying close attention to the royal family. However, this time the emphasis is on the youngest person living there. King Charles broke his quiet just moments ago to provide a very personal update on Prince Louis's health, and many people are worried about the tone of his letter. According to palace sources, the atmosphere behind closed doors has become more serious, with close aides closely observing the situation. What precisely did the king disclose then, and what is the real state of young Prince Louis? Come get the most recent information on this surprising health update. A health update for Prince Louis. Certain news stories have the ability to draw people in unexpected ways. Additionally, Buckingham Palace has frequently focused on two individuals. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has been juggling her cancer royal responsibilities with raising 3 small children, while King Charles III has been managing his health while carrying on with his duties as king. However, Prince Louis, a new member of the royal family, is now the center of attention, and you wouldn't want to miss what his grandfather, King Charles, said about him. Reports state that King Charles has always loved his grandkids and is frequently spotted taking pleasure in their lively play during family get-togethers and public appearances. However, he has an especially close relationship with Prince Louis, his youngest grandson. Prince Charles and Louis have been seen laughing together during the Platinum Jubilee festivities, waving from the Buckingham Palace balcony during Trooping the Colour, and even having private conversations during family garden parties over the years. These glimpses reveal a grandfather who appreciates his youngest grandson's charm and interest. King Charles has recently started talking more candidly about Louis. He began by emphasizing how happy Louis makes the family. The king described Louis's lively nature and sense of humor as full of energy. He remarked about Louis's inquisitiveness, his passion for outdoor activities, and how he makes every space he walks into brighter. The picture depicted a happy, healthy child growing up under the careful supervision of Prince William and Princess Catherine. However, when news broke in late October 2026 that Prince Louis was receiving medical attention for a small but serious respiratory ailment, the atmosphere somewhat changed. Palace insiders were quick to reassure the public that Louis's ailment was temporary, despite the fact that any mention of health might cause controversy. After receiving meticulous care and responding favorably to treatment, the young prince returned to his regular activities in a matter of days. Palace officials stressed that this incident was handled with the same care that any parent would provide to a kid suffering from a temporary sickness, and that there was never any long-term concern. The royal family continues to prioritize Louis's health and well-being notwithstanding that minor medical incident. Prince William has frequently expressed how crucial it is for his kids to feel secure and supported. He recently revealed that George, Charlotte, and Louis are encouraged to express their emotions honestly, frequently sharing with him every detail of their days, ideas, and experiences. Sometimes there is more information than he anticipated, he joked. However, he emphasized that listening to his kids is essential to fostering resilience and self-assurance in them. Louis's physical and mental well-being are closely related. The little prince is quite busy, taking part in outdoor play, school athletics, and artistic endeavors. His parents make sure he follows a balanced schedule that includes family time, exercise, and academics. Experts concur that children who receive both physical and mental care have a higher chance of thriving. Additionally, Louis appears to have had a contented and healthy upbringing. A more complete picture of the young prince's well-being is painted by King Charles's remarks regarding Louis and Prince William's candid conversations about the kids' emotional lives. Louis may flourish without undue strain, since the family places a strong emphasis on stability, communication, and support. The Wales family has made an effort to provide royal children with as much normalcy as possible, making sure that their experiences are similar to those of any other child in terms of play, education, and emotional development, even if they grow up in the spotlight. Comfort, medical attention, and assurance continued to be the major priorities even during the brief respiratory illness. Lewis's education and family life were unaffected, and he promptly resumed his regular activities. There is no continuing health problem and no reason to be concerned, according to palace authorities. To put it briefly, Prince Louis is emotionally stable, active, and in good health. He has had the typical childhood ailments, but nothing major has ever been documented. His relationship with his parents, brothers, and grandfather, King Charles, is strengthened by a setting that encourages both physical and emotional expression. You'll be surprised to learn, though, that there were other details about the young prince that were made public. As we delve further into this essence, stay with music. Additional Prince Louis developments. Even more stunning is another update that has drawn public attention because it has nothing to do with royal duty, illness, or controversy. Rather, there is a whole different reason why the most recent Prince Louis story has warmed people's hearts. It offers a window into the young royal's upbringing and the deliberate decisions influencing his future, revealing something tender and significant about him. The narrative started when Prince Louis, then 7 years old, was asked to assume a royal position for the first time. The prince received an invitation to become the World Conquer Championship's honorary patron. This offer was supposed to be a turning point for the young prince, but it wasn't because of an unforeseen circumstance. The invitation initially appeared innocuous and even endearing. Being associated with a popular autumn competition seemed like the ideal fit for a little child who loves gathering. It was bright, upbeat, and distinctly British. A childhood custom serves as the foundation for the occasion itself. Every year, competitors gather to use the shiny seeds that fall from horse chestnut trees in friendly conquest matches. In addition to being enjoyable, the event helps charitable causes, particularly those that assist those who are blind or visually impaired. It blends purpose and playfulness. Organizers saw a chance to establish a symbolic link when they learned about Louis' expanding collection of conquerors. They thought it would be entertaining for the public to witness a young monarch connected to something so straightforward and approachable. Thus, they gently made the proposition to his parents. The job wasn't really challenging. There would be no official tasks or remarks. All the title would do is associate his name with the occasion. And that's precisely why a lot of people anticipated a simple acceptance. However, the response was no. The palace responded in a kind, courteous, and straightforward manner. Although they acknowledged the kind gesture, they clarified that Louis would not be accepting the position. The post contained a minor jest that immediately attracted notice and made news. People chuckled. The tone was laid back and cordial. However, there was a crucial parenting decision hidden beneath that light-hearted moment. Princess Catherine and Prince William are rearing their kids with strict rules. They are aware of the public interest in their family, but they are also committed to preventing it from influencing their kids too soon. Despite being a prince, Louis attends elementary school. Classrooms, playgrounds, schoolwork, and sibling rivalry make up his current environment. He experiences everyday life with other kids his age at Lamprook School. Their friendships and education define him rather than titles. His parents are quite concerned about that balance. William has talked about promoting emotional transparency at home over the years. He has stated that rather than merely exposing them, he wants his kids to be prepared for any challenge that arises. Additionally, Catherine has placed a lot of emphasis on the development of young children, emphasizing the significance of these formative years in forming self-assurance and overall well-being. That perspective makes the choice simpler to comprehend. Perception is altered when a public role, even a symbolic one, is introduced. It raises expectations, it draws attention to something else. Rather, the Wales family seems dedicated to allowing their kids to take on more responsibilities over time. During official appearances, Louis's personality has already won over the public's affection. He frequently responds with inquiry and honesty, whether he is at national events or standing next to his siblings on the balcony of Buckingham Palace. These brief moments reveal a vibrant, expressive child. However, those appearances are kept to a minimum. He doesn't appear in front of cameras all the time. He is not receiving public training. His exposure is age-appropriate and under control. This strategy was compared by some observers to that of previous royal generations. Young members of the royal family were frequently exposed to public expectations earlier in prior decades. Early title assignments were made. As part of tradition, formal links were occasionally formed throughout childhood. From an early age, King Charles himself held important titles, which signaled the start of his journey to becoming king. He progressively became more active in public life as he grew older, forming passions that would characterize his subsequent work. He actually started representing Queen Elizabeth II at events as a teenager and became passionate about subjects like youth development and the environment. His life's work would later be defined by those early teachings. Similar paths were taken by other royals, but they didn't end with him. Princess Anne likewise took on responsibilities at a young age and went on to establish a solid reputation for her commitment to charitable work. However, Princess Anne has long been renowned for her commitment and self-control. She was aware of the meaning of royal responsibility from an early age. She was already learning what it meant to serve the public as a teenager by going to official events. She was named president of Save the Children by the time she reached 20. She did not, however, regard the role as a ceremonial title. She was serious about it. She visited projects in several nations, traveled extensively, and had in-person interactions with families. Her dedication was not symbolic. It involved hands-on activities. Decades later, Anne continues to be one of the most diligent members of the royal family, attending hundreds of engagements annually. Even Prince Edward, who is currently the Duke of Edinburgh, took a different route. When he was younger, he frequently went to public gatherings with his parents to observe in silence how royal life operated. And so, as the world continues watching the royal family with renewed curiosity, one thing has become clear. Behind the titles, traditions, and palace walls, there is still a family trying to protect the childhood of a young boy growing up under an extraordinary spotlight. For now, Prince Louis appears happy, active, and surrounded by the care of his parents and the quiet support of his grandfather, King Charles. But in a world where every royal moment is watched closely, even the smallest updates quickly capture global attention. Will Prince Louis continue to enjoy a normal childhood away from royal pressure? Or will the expectations of the crown slowly shape his future in ways the public cannot yet see? Only time will reveal how this young prince's story truly unfolds. If you want to stay updated on the latest royal news, family updates, and the stories unfolding behind palace doors, make sure to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you never miss the next update. Because when it comes to the royal family, the next chapter is always just around the corner.